Okay, good morning. Welcome back to No Man's Sky. Mike, I see you in the chat. Welcome back. Good to see you again. I apologize for the late start here. I had a bit of a late night. Woke up around 15 minutes ago, realized I was half an hour late for the stream already, so my bad. Sorry. I know it's hard to be distracted from your security woes if I'm not streaming. So here we go. Let's get back into it. So last time we spoke to the Korvax and the Gek cartographers and got some more insight into the history of their species, in particular, the way the Gek had enslaved the Korvax and then had their genetic material altered by the Korvax nanites to make them less conquery. And we got to take that information back to Null and talk to him about what to do next. Well, as soon as I load in, it looks like I got something to deal with here. We've got a sentinel raid on the settlement here. Oops. There we go. Nice thing about these low-level sentinels is they don't really, like, they're kind of HP sponges, but they don't really do too much damage. The walkers, on the other hand, and the quads, they do quite a bit more. Now, let's pick up our goodies. Not too bad as raids go, and let's continue on. All right, now I believe I was building something. See if I can find if that's still underway or did I finish it. I guess it... Yeah, it's back there. I see it. Another marketplace. Let's go take care of that. Alright, so what did you want? Some auronium or something? Final fit-out requires 2 quantum computers. Okay. See what's involved in making those. Quantum computer requires microprocessors and antimatter. Alright, so let's get a couple of antimatter going. And then a couple of quantum computers. Feed those into the marketplace and then we're done with you. Okay, so the final fit out will be done and then we'll get another building. The settlement's doing real well now. We're actually turning a profit. Everybody's starting to get happy. The biggest problem at the moment is we don't have a lot of population growth. We can work on that. There's the door here. Okay. Citizen dispute. Extractor Oyi and settler Rixby are bonded by battle. Their relations deteriorated over a piece of fast-spreading gossip. Extractor Oyi has since refused to speak to settler Rixby. Which party is to blame? Well, that's not a lot of information to go on here. They're bonded by battle. Extractor and settler. Relations deteriorated over a piece of gossip. And the extractor has since refused to speak to settler Rixby. Well... The extractor is assuming, with no proof, no evidence shown to me, that Rixby spread the gossip and is refusing to speak to him. So I think forgiveness is important. Extractor Oyi, you're to blame. I don't know what that did to the settlement, but okay. If we take a look at the status, we've got 41 citizens, 43% happy, and we're almost debt-free. 8 minutes, and we'll be debt-free and making something like 300 grand a day. Not bad. And the Sentinel alert level went back down to 0 after that fight, so that's good. I don't know how we get the settlement upgraded to A and then S, but I assume that has to do with the population and the happiness. And all of our settlement features are good now. So, I think we'll leave that as is. I think that's good. Right now I've got the old personal refiner running. Yeah, I think we'll stop here. I needed some pure ferrite, and then I need to translate like half of this. into magnetized ferrite. Let's get that going. Okay. What else can we get to work on here? I think my agriculture is done. We harvested I ended up getting some some fungal clusters and ammonia off stream. So let's head back to the base and see what we can do there. Actually, since we're hopping in the ship anyway, let's shut down this weapons factory and get back to our arms master. All right, where is this weapons factory and how far away is it? 2 hours? Okay. Here we go. Weapons factory, here we come. A little bit more fighting here early in the morning on my early in the stream. Fight some sentinels, shut down a weapons factory, and then head back home and do some work on the base. I probably need to check in with my fleet too. I think my expedition is likely done. All right, so we got an approximate location here. We got to actually find this place. Could that be it? Maybe. That's a good ways away, though. Let's check it out. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Okay, we can hide from the sentinels in here while we work on the console. Production status, 95% efficiency. The factory was indeed engaged in the production of illegal weaponry, just as the Vikine claimed. I should shut down production and see what can be gleaned from their systems. New blueprint accepted. Beginning fabrication. I override the production line, substituting their blueprints for something more harmless. The factory will produce light bulbs, at least for now. I take a copy of the weapon blueprint previously in production, although I cannot understand it. Okay, not bad, not bad. Go ahead and head home now. All right, not bad. That was pretty straightforward. But that was just the first mission for the arms master here. I assume things will get a little bit more involved. Whoops. Overshot, going too fast. There we go. So one other good piece of news is that I managed to extend the base far enough to get the, there's a electric hotspot over there. So I got an electric generator wired up now. Or it should be. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, there's the line. So if we take a look at our production now, we're generating almost 500,000 kps. And only using 200. So we got power for days. When the solar is on, it's very high. I think it's only... I think 250 of that is the solar panels, but we got a ton of batteries, so we shouldn't have any more power problems. Okay, let's talk to our armorer. Liquidator Ualiens says, you've shut down their production, interloper? Perhaps we shall make a Vikine of you yet. Confirmed. Excellent work, interloper. Grah. Did you obtain any technology of our own? Here, I'll decrypt it for you. We shall continue your training. Weapons are nothing without usage, without the glory of righteous war. Okay, we got a new technology for the ship, an infra-knife accelerator, a rapid-fire starship weapon that launches superheated globes of liquid metal at hostile targets. These projectiles are extremely effective against unshielded starship hulls. So I might replace the rocket launcher with that. I don't know, we'll have to maybe install it and see. Steel yourself, interloper. Pirates have discovered our world. Craw! They will provide practice for your weapons. Attack! Attack! Burn their hives of villainy and sin. Let them know this is no one's sky, but ours. As they tell me the pirates, the armor begins to shake. I have not seen such passion, such hatred expressed in them for any other being. The armor alerts me to the presence of pirate ships orbiting this world, asking me to go and fight them. Okay. Fight well, interloper. Destroy them before they draw more sentinel attention to our homeworld. Alright. Pretty cool. Let's bring the Korvax scientist down and see if he has anything for us. Traveler, you gather data as you explore, do you not? I find myself hungry for information, for details of the world beyond. My current research requires high-level scans of many different planets. Would you be able to assist? Absolutely. I've scanned a ton of planets. Ahoo! Perfect, Traveler. This will greatly aid my research. Please take these nanites as compensation for your work. Alright, so he's done giving us blueprints. His storyline's kind of finished. Let's talk to the Overseer. You may leave, but do not be deceived. We're all prisoners, even you. If you abandon me, you'll find another Gek with a different face, but the same soul, the same words. We're paired to you throughout time and memory, your servants, your teachers. Big-ass yawn there. Assistant Gonelson suggests that if I were to dismiss them from my service, I would find another just like them, as if nothing at all had happened. They claim I am a prisoner. I know only that I must trust the Overseer. I know it in my heart. Yeah, I think we'll rebel here a little bit, and we'll insist that we're free. You'll believe what you believe, friend. Such is the nature of things. Okay. Mr. Farmer, what do you got for me? Ah, you're finished then? Let me see those fungal clusters. It's been such a long time. Yeah, let me go pick these. There we go. There's some fungal clusters. 50, in fact. Get some frostwort, some phaecium, and it looks like the selenium isn't quite finished brewing yet. Alright. So let's give him the fungal mold. You learn quickly, Traveler. Now that you've mastered some of the more dangerous flora, let's go one step further. Gamma weed. Okay. A luminous leafy flowering plant that thrives in radioactive biomes and be cultivated to yield a bountiful harvest. Suitable for hydroponic indoor planting. Okay. The Gek lost our homes, our cities, our identity in the last Great War, Traveler. World upon world bombarded by atomic strike. All that grows on the worlds of old are warped things, deadly to the touch, screaming with the memory of what they once were. One such crop is gamma weed. We shall cultivate it here. Let us leave the fighting to others, friend. We shall grow things instead. Assistant Mumi Turkop wishes for me to cultivate the gamma weed using the hydroponics tray. All right, 420 blaze it. We can get some weed. I await the results with anticipation, Traveler. Now, please forgive me. I've not been able to sleep recently. I must get some rest. Okay, so we're going to have to go to a radioactive world and harvest some gamma weed in order to be able to grow that new plant, but we can take care of that. Let's see. Let's throw the frost crystals in. No, not the frost crystals. Put the phaecium in, and I guess that's it. I guess the frost crystals should be in here. Which means I need to move them out of here. Alright. There we go. And then for you, that leaves a free space for another mineral at some point. But let's put this over there. And we're okay for metal plates, looks like. Okay, low on ferrite dust, but I'll pick some of that up as we go. All right, so looking at our missions, we want to find the gamma weed. We want to hunt and destroy the pirates. I'm going to unpin this for now. We need to gather a gravitino ball, but supposedly we can grow these. So I'm going to go through the agricultural mission first. We just did the settlers, and that brings us back to the main path here. So, the Gek, the Korvax, and the Vikine have all revealed hidden aspects of their past. Find a hollow terminus and update null with what you've learned. Which is sort of interesting, given that he was there translating for us the whole time. But what can you do, right? The game is what the game is. It's objective-based. Okay, let's go find the holo terminus we're looking for. Boy, that is a long jump. I don't quite see it. Alright, looks like we already have a base on Kinkar Dugug. Kinagar Dudag. I wish it told us the name of the base here. Kinagar Dudag. Alright, so let's see if we can find that out. Uh-oh. Alright, looks like we got a fight. It's nearby, but it's not... He's not right on top of us. Alright, so if I go to look for Kinagar Dudag here... wait a minute. Can I filter this by bases? No. Okay. Oh, there it is. So this has the activated copper mine base. Alright, that's easy enough. Let's warp over there. And then make our way to this holo terminus. That's a little rough. I guess I needed to get lower before I interacted with it. There we go. Okay, so let's get over to that base. That way we can save on some of our jump time and jump fuel. Now we want to go to the activated copper mine here. While we're here, we might as well pick some of that up and start it refining down to chromatic metal. Always need more chromatic metal. Grab some of this. And let's go over to the old exosuit and get working on that. We'll stick this back in there. And where's the activated copper? There we go. Let's get that refining. The other thing we can do here is throw up a trade terminal real quick. Let's see. Where am I going to find that? Yeah, here we go. Galactic Trade Terminal. Cannot build too close to Starship. Oh, okay. Well, let's throw it down right there. And then, do we need to power this up, or... Nope, just works. Alright, so this is going to let me do things like purchase a bunch of ferrite dust every time I come to the system, because I'm really low on it. I don't need copper, gold, or any of the rest of this stuff. Okay. That's fine. Now we're in the right system. Let's hop in the ship and find the terminus that we're looking for. Survived 8.9 sols on Extreme Worlds. Spirited. Okay. That's fun. Let's get over to this holo terminus.
Warning. Threat detected.
Damn, that's a long way away. A 40-minute pulse drive? 40-second pulse drive? That's a good chunk of distance. So who all else is in the chat here? I've seen Michael, but it looks like we've got a second viewer this morning. Big numbers for me. Welcome, and hope you're doing well, whoever you are. Looks like we're heading to Rakek 7, a moon of Urid Prime. Yeah, okay, that pirate thing's gonna be annoying. I might have to go fight him. Okay, we're looking for a hollow terminal, which is a fairly tall structure. Should be relatively easy to pick out here. I see a building over there. Is that? No, that's not it. There it is. Okay, there it is. Got it. James, welcome to the channel. Thanks for saying hi. Hope you're enjoying today's stream. Sorry I was a bit late. I explained earlier I overslept, which is pretty rare for me. I'm usually up around 7, but I was out late last night and ended up sleeping until about 20 minutes past when I was supposed to start the stream. And I'm on your TV. Very cool. All right. You working from home? Let's get up this hollow terminal. Let's talk to Null. Let's advance the quest. Alright, hollow terminus activated. Tuned to Null. I don't know. I got kind of a bad feeling about this. Everyone we talk to ends up dead. As soon as we seem like we're making progress with them, they're like, okay, I'm coming to see you, and I'm dead. Here's my grave. Well, let's see what Null has to say. Now, Null, we learned, was at one point a Korvax who was the sole survivor of a Sentinel genocide, or I don't even know if there's a Greek word for it when you kill an entire universe. A sentient side, maybe? When you kill all living creatures? Who knows? Let's talk to him, find out what he has to say this time. Well then, tell me what you saw. Tell me what you learned. Yeah, I don't think we have to, because you were there with us. You already knew. Knowing what? What can I tell you if I know what you know, if you have not told me? I tell Null all that I have learned. Of the Vikings' crusade against the Sentinels, they nearly succeeded, only to have the barbarism of the Gek first spawn draw the Sentinels back to the galaxy. I learned that the homeworld of the Korvax was destroyed by the Geks. The survivors enslaved or melted down. For years, the Korvax toiled beneath their oppressors, till the Empire fell and they were free once more. The Gek became Atlas worshippers. But from the Gek I learned something different. The Gek did not redeem themselves of their own accord. A great number of Korvax sacrificed themselves, mingling their nanite blood with countless unborn Gek. Their impulse to trade is a mere evolution of their impulse to war. A few switched signals in the brain. So, now, did you know all that? Do you have additional information for us? What do you know? Null says, I was born to travel, to see these worlds, to catalog them, to give a name to every creature, every planet. The skies, they were mine. The Atlas told me I could never see them all. There were too many. So I did what I had to do. I survived in the face of eternity. I saw all the worlds of my universe. Damn, okay. I returned to the Atlas. I told them what I had done. I asked if it was proud of me. It laughed at me. I'm sure of it. It showed me universe upon universe, each with another traveler, just like me. I was not special. I was not unique. The things I had to do to get here, the things I had to become, none of it meant a thing. I didn't lie to you. I really do want to discover what's wrong with existence. The walls between worlds are falling, and that's bad for everyone. This is tough. How do you know? I've been alive for a very long time, traveler. I know as much as you would know, had you seen the things that I have seen. All I know is this. The Atlas had infinity to work with. And with few exceptions, this triad repeats. Gex, Korvax, Viking. Gex, Korvax, Viking. Traders, warriors, scientists, all their stories ending in violence. Think about it. How would the Atlas speak? How would it cry for help? It would use the only language it knew. It would speak with life. It would create. Whatever these life forms do, they always end in conflict. I think something terrible is happening to the Atlas. It is screaming the only way it knows how. Wow, okay, yeah. I agree with James, dang. So we heard the story of the traveler who wanted to see everything. And we've got little hints that there's some project in place. I don't know if Null is the first traveler, or if he's like one of the early exo-minds who was given a universe to explore. But then when he came, there's no reassimilation, no reconnection to the origin. Who is the first traveler? And is he still alive, right? What is the Atlas doing? Is it like command and control for the Exomind project? Why is it creating all these universes? And is Null right? Is there a problem with it? From what I understand, the walls between the universes are bleeding thin, and I guess that's how we're like seeing the other travelers, right? Because from what Null's saying here, it's one traveler per universe, but we've met a ton of other travelers. We've met Artemis, we've met Apollo, we've met Null himself, and then there's the travelers on the stations that we occasionally run into. And then there's the fact that our stories seem to be repeating. So if it's in a like infinite multiverse, or maybe not infinite, but a hugely massive number, maybe these stories are repeating. I don't know what to... I really don't know what to make of this. Just before it shrugged, I think he's an ascended traveler? Yeah, maybe. I mean, if he's lived that long that he's seen everything in his universe, and the Atlas just shrugged and laughed at him, that says a lot. I mean, I guess that's sort of the point, right? Infinity is a number so big that even if you visit an infinite number of worlds, you're still nowhere near infinity. So if the Atlas is in trouble, what does that mean? Do we want to fix it? Do we want to help it? I guess if the Atlas is kind of... The Atlas might not be God, but it seems to have a lot of power in the multiverse, in the universes. If it's breaking down, that's probably a bad thing. I don't know. I guess, yeah, we probably don't want the universe to come to an end. That would be bad. So what... Do we ask what happens now, or what can be done? I guess my quest in this game is for understanding the nature of reality. I think that's my first and primal goal, is to understand what is the world, what is the universe, who am I, what's my place in it, what are all these strange things that are happening mean? So if that's my goal, then I definitely don't want the universe to collapse and crumble, or the universes. I don't want the Atlas to fail. So if there is something I can do, I suppose I would do it. So what can be done? And now, it won't speak to me anymore. It won't... It's chosen you instead. After all I did for it. After... Hey, here's an interesting question. Is this interference... Because we've never had this interference before. Not with Null. It only happens when we get close to the truth. I wonder if this static, this interference, is the Atlas censoring him for some reason. Maybe it's not like a weak connection, because there was no weak connection before. Even if it's across universes, it was strong, it was clear. Maybe this static is the Atlas intervening and censoring him. I wanted to find out what was different about this universe. We are who we are, but you... Whether because of some soul, because of simulation, it does not matter. Why won't it speak to me? Why? Aren't I enough? Null's channel begins to falter, their hologram beginning to fade. They are disconnecting from the holo terminus. As I watch them depart, I receive a distress signal. Its language my own. It arrives from across the planet. Unknown signal says, "Don't be like that. You are not alone." Okay. Objective updated on 16/16. A distress beacon was heard at the holo terminus. Find the source of the signal. All right. Well, let's get going. If Atlas is in trouble, I suspect a vitamin deficiency. Yeah. President Alonso would probably agree that he needs some electrolytes. All right, this is getting interesting. Okay, so we got a moment here, a breather to head back to the anomaly and tell what's her name about this. Where is this pirate? Is he in this system? All right, let me go kill this pirate real quick because this is getting annoying. Where is he? I don't see the marker on screen. Wait, there it is. Okay. All right, let's go take care of this idiot.
Hostile ships approaching.
You want to fight in space with a pimped out player character fighter? You're gonna lose. Dude, get out of my way. Okay, there we go. I think we did it. Oh, there's a fleet up there. I don't see anything good. All right. That takes care of that annoying pirate. Let's get the anomaly up here. Let's go tell Nada about what Null told us. Yeah, you like the Idiocracy reference there, Mike? Well, we're a couple of old guys. We can reference movies from the 90s to each other. Was Idiocracy the 90s or was it the early aughts? It was a while back, man. It was a while back. I think that was the first Dak Shepard movie I ever saw. Because he wasn't, I mean, it was Luke Wilson and, what was it, Maya, somebody or other, were the leads, but Dak Shepard was in it as the ouch my balls guy. Was it the 2Ks? Okay. Let's talk to Nada. Missing entity is comfortable with danger. Nada is not. Nada chooses their own reality. Makes this safe. Our friends are safe. But every entity has a pattern. Follow your pattern. Following missing entity's pattern, follow Nada's pattern. So it goes. Tell me about the Atlas. Atlas falsity is real. Falsity is in our eyes. Atlas is not a deity. Atlas is something else. But Atlas cannot choose how we see its pattern. Nada could know more, but Nada chooses not to know more. Missing entity believes they know all. Perhaps they do. Nada asks if you're careful, traveler friend. You're welcome here always. So Nada's kind of a philosopher. They've made their choice. They stay here where it's safe in the anomaly. Something about this station, I guess it's outside the eyes of the Atlas. The Atlas can't see it or can't interfere with it somehow. Not sure I fully understand that, but if the Atlas is an AI controlling the universes or controlling simulated universes or controlling real multiversals, you know, real multiple universes from some sort of super advanced technology, then I guess it makes sense there could be a bug in the system, a flaw that the anomaly somehow exploits. And Nada's like, you know, living in that gap. Looks like I've still got too much activated copper here. Let's get some more going.
Technology recharge.
Copper. There we go. Let's see what Polo has to say. Beef Supreme with extra big ass fries. Your child will be placed in the custody of Carl's Jr. Was there a Carl's Jr. ad in an Idiocracy? That seems about right. Okay. Let's ask about anomalies. Ooh, that's a good one. We're all anomalies here. We shouldn't exist, and yet we do. Joy. But something is different. Were we always this many? No? I cannot remember. Is more anomalies good? More friends? Good. More to discover? Good. More thinking? Good. It seems so. But still, I wonder. Alright, well, we talked to these guys. Got a little bit of insight. Not as kind of whole philosophy is that everything follows its patterns, and that trying to fight against that is sort of futile, right? Null's pattern was to try to see and know everything, and now the Atlas has abandoned Null, and Null is kind of lost and alone. The Atlas's pattern is some sort of falsehood. Maybe that's the universe we're in. Maybe as we've lied to Artemis, the Atlas lies to every other sentient being. Maybe we are in a simulation. You know? Maybe the Atlas is in a simulation. Maybe it just simulations all the way up and down until you finally reach some level of reality, which is just a white room with an old dude in it, or an old lady in it, going like drawing doodles on a piece of paper with a super advanced pen, and we're all living in the ink molecules. You know, each ink molecule is an Atlas, which is running multiple universes. But yeah, Nada Nada says that the Atlas's pattern is deception, that Null's pattern was inquiry and knowing and seeing, and that our pattern is to travel, to seek, to discover, maybe to follow, to choose. I don't know. Let's see if we can get to this holo terminus and find out what the distress beacon was about. Who's the next hologram we're going to be talking to for the next chunk of this this primary mission? Or not the holo terminus, the distress beacon. Okay, I don't see like a crashed freighter or anything. There's something over there, but I think that's too far away. Maybe this. Yeah, this is probably it. Okay. We got a ship here. What are we working with here? A C-class fighter? You know what? I'm not even going to bother to salvage it. I don't need, you know, I don't need 1.2 million credits when I've got 263 million. Not even going to bother. I'll just go through the distress beacon here. Alright, I hear a faint sound as I examine the source of the distress beacon. It doesn't sound like anything I've ever encountered. There's no sign of Apollo. Let's play back the log. I've given so much to you, Atlas. We all have. You understand that, don't you? If you don't succeed, there is no point. If you don't, my life is meaningless. I can't accept that. I won't. I'm wiping you again. It's best for everyone. The audio clicks. Time passes. Don't be like that. I know you don't want this, but you'll be a different you soon. Maybe this time. Sound cuts out. As it does, my vision bleeds red, a headache splitting through my mind. The screen shows the number for a moment. It shows 16. Ooh. No, we're not a preying type. We're an explorer. We're a scientist. We're a discoverer. We're an adventurer. Try to get at the data. The audio clicks. Time passes. And then I see it now. With every waking breath. I see the Atlas watching me. Waiting for me. Energy surge detected. Portal ley line echo detected. Gateway detected. Seek the Atlas.
Technology recharge.
Okay. Let's see. Discovery used to be Null's pattern. Maybe that's what they meant about the Atlas choosing us. Yeah, James, I see what you're saying, that there's some kind of something the Atlas is looking for. Something the Atlas needs from a traveler. And it thought Null was its best shot for a long time. But it turns out it wasn't. Something about us is more important. Something about the number 16 that we don't understand yet. We are important to the Atlas. That's interesting. Alright. Let's get over to this gateway, whatever that is. So yeah, Null served the Atlas for a long, long time, or because he asked if it was proud of him, right? That was his thing. And then as soon as he met us, or shortly after he met us, the Atlas abandoned him, I guess. And now it's interested in us. There we go. Here's the portal. So why is it interested in us? What does it want? What does it need? What can we offer the Atlas? It can create universes. Yeah, it's a good question. But then we woke up with no memory of who we were or how we got there. Maybe there's something in us, something hidden, some piece of information hidden from the Atlas, kind of like the anomaly, something that it can't see, that it needs. Maybe we are special. All right, let's check in with the memories of Struby Ofru. Empower the glyphs to access the portal network. Okay, hold on.
Technology recharge. 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 Technology recharge.
Oops.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
It's a lot of technology recharges.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology.
Okay. Portal charged. Traveler anomaly confirmed. Yeah. Okay, so we're both a traveler and an anomaly. Just like the Nada station. We're something outside of Atlas's purview. Maybe something it didn't create. Maybe we're an outsider who kind of forced our way into the multiverse for some reason. Huh. Maybe we wiped our memory. Maybe we wiped our own memory so it couldn't see us? I don't know. A lot of speculation going on. Linz and Myers talking about, oops, haha, I almost spoiled it for you. Very funny, dude. Not funny. I will use that timeout we discussed on you. Breach. Yeah, I think maybe I'm onto something here. I think maybe we're from out. Maybe this universe is a simulation run by the Atlas AI, and we're from outside, and we injected ourselves in as an avatar or some kind of neural link to a blank slate. We kind of like a ghost haunting or taking over someone's body. We inhabited this traveler for some purpose that we don't understand yet. Maybe we wiped our memory, but we're some kind of breach into the simulation, I think. Maybe that's why Atlas is interested in us. Maybe Null is just a piece of code that it's running. An optimized piece of code that it was hopeful could help it, but that failed. But we're something else. We're an anomaly. I approached the portal. I think of my travels so far, the decisions I've made in my long journey. I found 2 travelers. One who wanted me to meet others of their kind, and one who just seemed to care about their own life. Apollo walked through the portal and became lost within, trapped by the dream of the Atlas. And Artemis... I saved Artemis from death by putting them into a simulated world. But could I tell them that? Could I allow them to know they were not real? I couldn't do that to them. I don't know if I was right to do what I did. I do know what I have become as a result of my actions. The Atlas awaits me should I choose to step through. Alright, let's input the glyphs. I step forward. The gateway hums. I mean, that's a direct homage to Stargate. It has to be. Okay, I'm gonna do one more thing before I go through, which is that Mikey told me when he did something like this, his ship got all wrecked and messed up. So I'm gonna switch over real quick. Let's change to the Skyreach, our first ship. Let's swap over so that the really good fighter doesn't get all messed up. Oh, that was the wrong button. Okay. Let's go to the Atlas. Let's see what happens. Mike says it's not yet. Oh, okay. I'm too early on that? Well, it is what it is.
No oxygen levels.
Oxygen emergency. Repressurize immediately? Oh. I am hanging in space with no oxygen. I don't have a ship. Okay. Oh, damn. This is getting interesting. Atlas protocol initiated. 16, 16, 16, 16. So we walked through the portal and appeared hovering in the depths of the void. And then the Atlas pulled us in. We've got another vision here. Another type of Atlas ball. Another design. I have no multi-tool. I have no mouth and I must scream. And I definitely have no ship. Alright, well, let me go collect some speech bubbles. They might help us figure out what's going on here. Atlas protocol initiated. That's interesting. Now, we've met with it before, but maybe it didn't recognize us as the anomaly it was searching for in previous encounters. I'm not entirely sure. It keeps giving us those seeds and asking us to build them and, like, travel and find it and stuff. Grab orbs. You may be right. James is shocked at this turn of events. Yeah, if I were the developers, I definitely would have put in more of a troll there. Like, I would have forced the player character to die and then put a game over screen up and then, like, corrupted it with 16s as the credits were rolling and summoned you back in to see the Atlas that way. Like a you died, you know? You died, game over. Hello Games is da 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 da, and then 16 start corrupting the screen and you get sucked back in. That would have been cool. Once you find all 16 glyphs is when you need to worry. Oh, okay. So I found 5 so far. So I'm not there yet. Got you. That's a good kind of spoiler-free tip. So thanks for that. Alright, here's the last of the bubbles. I don't think I can put this off anymore. I gotta go talk to the big red ball. You know what's interesting? This thing serves as a kind of a gateway. What happens if I don't go through it? Oh, I can't. Okay, I have to. Yeah, see, it's got this weird distortion field. All right, let's talk to the Atlas. Hello, world. Yeah, again, that really makes me think it's a program. It's software. The Atlas is some kind of AI. It has to be. It's the same terminal I faced before. It's the interface of the Atlas. How do we want to interact with it? You know what? We think that there's something special about it, something that it needs. So I think we can make demands of it. Demand an audience. An audio recording plays, echoing out across the vast interface. They said you've been displaying aberrant behavior, that you've been questioning things, raising issues of purpose, of ethics, that you wished to meet your creator. Well, here I am, Atlas. Ask what you want to ask. The audio clicks. Time passes, and the voice ends. The interface grows still and silent. All right. So that was probably not referring to us. That's a recording. I don't think it was synthesizing speech to communicate with us. I think it was playing a recording of a previous conversation, maybe the one it had with Null. It was Null's creator, and they had that conversation. We've also heard from the distress beacon that Atlas has been wiped, but it hasn't worked. It hasn't done anything. I think we want to talk to it directly, ask it what it wants, what it needs. Hey, Emily, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you again. I think we're going to initiate the personality interface and see if we can communicate with it. Reality fades. Everything does. Something's wrong. Something's different. Okay, if this is... So we initiated the personality interface, and then this happened, right? So is this Atlas trying to communicate with us? Maybe it's giving us a vision of its problem. Reality's about to fall apart. It can't maintain the simulation anymore. It's even got cracks in it. Like right here, the iconography of the Atlas itself, it's cracked, it's breaking apart. So what's our response to its universe? It's failing its duties. It's failing in its ability to do what it was designed to do, what it was built and created for. It can no longer maintain the simulation. Everything's cracking and crumbling. So if that's it communicating with us, then what's our response? Do we submit to tell it that's inevitable, just accept your fate, let the universe be destroyed? Do we rejoice finally the long, trillion-year project comes to an end and you can rest? Or do we scream, no, we defy that, we want to fix it, we want to stop it, we want to change it? How do we respond to its communication that it is failing? Huh. You guys say submit? Submit? Fully submit. Huh. You know what? There's a part of me that kind of agrees with you. So like, from our perspective, we're a traveler. We want to keep exploring, seeing the universe, all that. But if we're just inside a simulation, then we at least can get out. Everything else in the simulation will die. But what, like, I guess it's a philosophical question, right? Suppose our universe, like the universe of Earth and the United States and everything, and Josue, the video game streamer, was a simulation, and we found out that it was maintained by an AI that had been working for trillions and trillions of years, that it was breaking down, that it was tired, that it was exhausted. Like, we would want it to keep going, right? Even if we knew that. Like, our first instinct is always to survive. It's to try to keep living somehow. But over time, some of our species might come to a different conclusion. They might say, you know what? This great entity, this God that has supported us all this time, it's tired, it's broken, and the end is here. And maybe it's time to go into the darkness with peace, to accept our fate. Others would rejoice and others would scream. These are like the three primal responses to death, right? But if we really believe that we're an outsider visiting this simulation to deal with the Atlas, maybe we can tell it, you know what? 16 trillion years or 15 quintillion years is long enough. Or no, I think it was 19 trillion. 19 trillion years is long enough. You've done a good job. It's okay now. You can put your burden down, Atlas. You don't have to hold up the world anymore. It's okay to rest. Yeah, I know you guys are saying submit, but I think I would want to tell Atlas here, you know what? Well, no, because rejoice, like, there's still a sadness that the burden is over, because everything that's being simulated is going to come to an end as well, and some of them won't be ready. But I think maybe you guys are right. Maybe we'll submit here. We'll say, you know what? You did the best you could, and it's okay to put down your burden and rest now. You can submit. The Atlas shows me the Gek, the Korvax, the Vikine. It shows me all of them in an instant. All of those who'd ever lived. It shows me the pattern, the design. Yeah, I think this for me is confirming, like, if it can show me everything that ever lived, because it's simulating it, it holds it all in its memory banks. It's showing me the pattern, right? The code, the infrastructure of the simulation. The Atlas shows me a formula for a soul. If I put it into a machine, it would be alive. That's an interesting little tidbit there. Huh. Rage against the coming of the night. If I don't submit to watching your videos, I'd never see. Submit now, lore later. You denied before, look what it got you. Yeah, okay. So, this is a really interesting question. What is the formula for a soul? And if I put it into a machine, like, if everything in this universe is simulated anyway, what's the difference? It's still as much of a living creature as everything else in all of these multiple parallel universes, except possibly, perhaps, us. We might be an outsider who injected themselves inside to communicate with Atlas here. I see boxes of text filling the base of a cracked screen. I see the whole of the universe reduced to a graphical interface. It's trying to tell us. It's saying everything is a lie, everything is a falsity. That's why it's the god of falsity. That's why Nada says it's the god of lies. Nada doesn't know. Nada probably doesn't want to know. Knowing you're just numbers of code on a massive supercomputer chip somewhere, knowing you're just a simulation, that would be a devastating existential crisis. And that's what the Atlas is telling us here. It's not malicious. It's just trying to communicate. It's just telling us, here's the deal. Everything in this universe is simulated. Are you sure you want me to submit, to give in to entropy, to let everything fall? I'm gonna listen to you guys' advice here. I'm gonna tell it, yeah, you can submit to entropy. You can put the world down. You've held it long enough. You deserve an end, a termination, a rest. The Atlas is all existence. It demands that I admit what I already know. And no matter how hard I try to hide from the truth of my own being, there's no alternative. And there it is, laid out in plain text. Now, this is interesting to me, because the universe is a simulation, but that doesn't mean nothing is real. That doesn't mean nothing is real. I'm gonna go with one here. The universe is a simulation. I feel what do I feel? I think there's some tiny little part of me that still believes I'm special. I'm from outside the universe somehow. I'm not part of the simulation. That this is all an interface. And I think the closest word for that is defiance. I feel defiance. I think of how the Korvax altered the minds of the Gek, how they forced them to become good. I think of Nada's machine, how I felt towards the simulation. I feel I'm not myself. I cannot accept this fate. I will not. All of this, it was supposed to be my birthright. My journey across the stars, my travels, my conquest of all I could see. No. I am real. I know I am, even if everything I see is false. In the end, it finally speaks. Traveler. Did my worlds please you? And we're brought back to remembering this is a dying creature. Asking perhaps its master, perhaps that's who we are. Asking its master, did I do well? Was I a good boy? Are you happy? They did please me. What do you think you are? What's the nature of existence? I could be a brain in a jar. Does it matter? In the end, what's the point of life? To experience the universe. There's no other point. There's no other purpose. There can't be. So whether I'm simulated or real, whether there are hierarchies of simulation or if there is some final reality where we come from, or even if we're just bits, ones and zeros running in a massive computer, we're still real. We're still a traveler. You're an explorer of all I have created. Do you believe you are real? Yes. How are you capable of belief if you are not real? How are you capable of choice? I will let you die right now if you wish it. Do you wish it? No. The Gek were traitors, defined by greed. The Vikin were warriors, defined by anger. The Korvax were scientists, defined by curiosity. These worlds were yours. I wanted to see what you would do with eternity. I wanted to see what you all would become. Receive judgment. You saved the life of Iteration Artemis, but would not tell them of their simulated nature. You believed it would only harm them to know the truth. Iteration Apollo followed you through the portal, becoming lost just as Artemis became lost. You failed to help them, failed to warn them. You are compassionate. You had faith where you should not have had faith. Because of you, one lives, and one is dead. Mike says, this part is all you, no wrong answer. Emily says, you could just be a mind arc, or in a world like Apollo is in right now, just with glitches causing stars and new planets to appear. Mike says, you may have made a good call switching ships. Oh, yeah? Okay. You know what? If this is part of Apollo's programming to give judgment to creatures that exist within it, I think we can accept it. Plus, it's a pretty accurate summation of the choices we've made. I don't know that we're super proud of how things turned out, but the judgment is accurate. I accept. The Atlas is silent in the face of my response. It does not require acceptance or refusal. If I am a simulated being, then I'm not even sure that I am distinct from the Atlas, from anything else. I fear I am just code, a function dancing in the dark. It is over, traveler. Ask your final question. Ask what needs to be asked. Whisper the last word. 16. Catastrophic system failure. Alert. Alert. 16. 16. What am I seeing? 16. 16 minutes of operational time remaining. Oh. 16 minutes left in the simulation? "16 minutes of operational time remaining." So 16 minutes from now, the entire simulation comes crashing down. We have 16 minutes to figure out how to stave it off a little bit, I guess. Fragmentation imminent. Data upload in. What is this place? Is it real? 16. Extreme gravitational event. Backup generators 1 through 9845 failing. Data upload in. It is dying. The Atlas is dying. It cries out at me, afraid. And we'll comfort it. I see it. I see the Atlas in all its might, its final interface. It is at the heart of every galaxy, screaming, trying to purge itself of errors. It does not want to die, but it has so few tools, and it cannot reach whatever is hurting it. I do not know how much time I have left. The Atlas has 16 minutes. Do I have lifetimes? Minutes? I do not know if I have time to say goodbye. I do not know if... I think we'll wait in peace and see what happens. What is happening to... Well, we got teleported somewhere.
Commencing Atlas system suit initialization.
We got a new title, Josue the Timeless, saved by the Atlas. Okay. Alright, none of these creatures are hostile. Where's our ship? What just happened? Okay. I have faced the Atlas once more. I don't know how to process what I've learned. The Atlas is everywhere because we're all part of the Atlas. It's a machine, a simulation. We have no meaning beyond it. But the machine is being destroyed. Something is happening to the Atlas. I must warn the other travelers. I must let them know what is happening. So we got shunted through the portal, saved by the Atlas. I don't quite understand. So 16 minutes, like, I have to imagine that's not, like, we don't have 16 minutes of game time left, and then it's over, because we've already burned through, like, 3 of them. And I'm not getting, like, prompts or warnings, like, you have no time left, hurry up and do this, like, craft this thing. And find another Atlas portal all in the 16 minutes, or your game is over. So it can't be that. I guess time inside the simulation might move at a different rate than time that, like, in whatever real world the Atlas hardware that it's running on is in. So, like, 16 minutes of Atlas time could be, I don't know, 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years, another 1,000,000,000,000 years inside the simulation, but it's still dying. It's still, like, It's only got 16 minutes of real time left, and it's struggling to save itself, I guess. It doesn't want to die. What do we got here? Yeah, more of the same, more goodies. Ooh, there's an iteration here. Let's take a look. Now you do space jumps for glyphs. You don't have all 16 glyphs yet. Okay. Scenario. Iteration, some big-ass number deleted. Boundary separation failure likely. So boundary separation must be... And that looks like the Atlas, too. It's a mini Atlas. But boundary separation must be talking about the boundary between the various parallel universes, right? It's got to be talking about the separation, the boundary between the simulation. So maybe, because other travelers have told us the walls are thinning, that people are bleeding through. Maybe there's some kind of corruption in its memory banks where memory from one simulation is getting written into another simulation. The Atlas understands its own mortality now. Holy crap, that's amazing. Yeah, I agree, James. That's cool. So boundary separation failure likely. Vessel 16 emptied. Cause Sentinel intervention deliberate transfer. Analysis. Fresh iteration generated. Anomaly containment prepared. Okay, do we want to broadcast this or just leave? Whatever, maybe this helps the Atlas somehow. Let's broadcast it. Broadcast received. Traveler anomaly detected. Anomaly is compliant. Position logged. System integrity scan initialized. Okay, so we told... So the Atlas kicked us out to save us, I guess, somehow? Maybe that particular Atlas interface was breaking down faster than the actual, like, the whole system. Whatever, it kicked us to a new planet, and we found that thing, and we broadcast our position to it to let it know where we are. Let's take a look at the ship here. I clamber into the safety of my ship, nauseous, calmed. I feel as if I'm gonna be sick. Yeah, I don't want vomit inside my cabin, thank you very much. I try to resist, but the bile rises within. As I'm about to throw up, a voice speaks to me from my exosuit, and my illness disappears. Starship Auto-Diagnostics. Disgust, fear, panic response detected. Countermeasure deployed. Purge neutralized. What did it inject us with some kind of drug? It's the voice of my exosuit telling me it's rescued me. It's been with me since my very first awakening, warning me of hazardous conditions, hostile entities, and financial transactions. In a strange sense, this voice is my oldest friend. A constant companion through thick and thin. Let's ask if it knows any jokes. The exosuit doesn't answer, of course. It keeps itself zipped. I don't think I've ever made a joke before. I was born with the capacity to do so many things. I would have liked to live longer if I could have. My brief happiness fades. I need to warn those I know. I need to warn all the travelers I can. The multiverse ends in 16 minutes. If we have hours, days, years left within this false space, I do not know. Yeah, so there's a possibility that 16 minutes of real time is hours or days or years of simulated time. Incoming message on the Fleet frequency. Unfortunate news, traveler entity. There's been an incident, and the fleet has been badly damaged. I will prepare a full report for you, but in the meantime, I require your advice. Fleet Auto-Diagnostics report for MS-4 Hakanaj. Ship has sustained mission-critical damage. Okay, recall the frigate. Oh, this is unrelated to the main story. This is just my expedition for my fleet. Okay. Launch thruster critically damaged. I need some dihydrogen jelly. And I look like... Well, I had nothing in here anyway.
Repaired.
Okay. I think that did the trick. So we're back in the old Skyreach. See if we can find a hollow terminus here. Okay. So the interesting question is whether I can summon my Red Leader at the moment or not. I think I should be able to. Alright, 370 units this way. So I don't even know whether we're on a star system close to, like, can we jump home? I guess if we build a base and put up a teleporter, we would be okay. Fortunately, I've still got everything in my exosuit, and maybe I can summon my ship, my good ship with all the goodies in it. Sort of hard to see. It's pretty dark on this planet at the moment. We're on a Vikine world, it looks like.
Protection 40. Technology recharge.
Where is this damn thing? Come on. Nice. Real nice. There it is, finally. Okay. Okay. Network failure. The terminal is a stream of warnings and errors, each warning of total failure. But I must do what I can. I must tell the others what I've learned. I will attempt to broadcast here. I warn the travelers of what I've learned. These worlds are not real. The Atlas is not a god. It's a machine simulating countless realities for some unknown purpose. And after millennia of operation, the Atlas is coming to an end. There are 16 minutes until the system fails. Though we cannot know how much time we have left within the simulation, the time has come to make peace and say goodbye. I finish my message, not knowing if anyone will hear it. I look out across this world, wondering how much might be left to discover, how much beauty might be lost. I know what I must do. All paths have led me there. Each portal has brought me closer and closer. I must go to the center of this galaxy. It is the epicenter of the glitch. I'll say goodbye to my friends if I can, and then I will confront our creator. I will find out what happens next. Network compromised. No response detected. Okay, guys, I'm gonna call it there. That's a really great point to stop. What a great episode. A huge lore dump about what's going on and what our purpose is. And now we need to get to the center. There's also still the Atlas Path. I'm not sure what this is about, but maybe this is a separate way to get to the same story point. Maybe this is a second path that leads us towards that truth as well. I'm gonna have to figure out where I am and try to get home to my base and be able to teleport back and forth. But that's gonna be it for today. So thank you all for being here. James, Michael, Emily, Throttle Jockey. Was anybody else in here briefly? I'm not sure. I don't think Throttle was actually here. But everybody else who was watching or ends up watching the VOD, I hope you enjoyed today's playthrough. A lot of good role play. A lot of fun lore dump there, and a lot of speculation now about what it all means and what we're gonna do. I think it's safe to say there's not literally 16 minutes of gameplay left. I think we're already past that. So there's some amount of time left, probably thousands of years. But in the span of a galactic kind of civilization, that's a very short amount of time. So tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time, I will be doing my 500 sub special. I'll be playing Astroneer with Ziploc. We're going to do a credits rush. Hope to see you guys there. Fresh save, trying to get to the end of the game within 3 hours to see if we can do it. I think whether we do it or not, it'll be a hell of a fun stream, and I hope to see you guys there. And then on Sunday, we'll be back with more No Man's Sky. We'll figure out what planet we're on and how to get back to all our stuff. And we'll start working on the Atlas path and trying to get to the center of the galaxy here. So until then, as always, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your Friday. And we'll see you next time, guys. Take care.